In this video, how to use the loft command. So here's my little Lego man, and I'm going to use that cape as a demonstrator. So let's go across. Right, so I've got two configurations here just to show you. The one has a fillet on the end and the other one does not. Right, and that is because of the way I've constructed them. But this first one doesn't really model as smoothly as the second one. You can see that face there, that little bit there, I can't grab just a bit. It does something weird on the one side, which it doesn't do on the other, which, if I have a look at the other one, is much better. That has to do with how many segments I have in the sketch. So I've only got 7 in this sketch at the top, and at the bottom I've got about 12 or 13. So if I really wanted to fix it up, I just need to break that sketch up into more or to combine these ones. So let's have a look at this. I'm going to roll back to the beginning. And so what I've got here is that's a straight extrude in one direction. So the sketch lies on the top plane, I think. Yeah, it does. And then that sketch lies on that second face. So that's that face, creating that bit. And then I've got two fillets. I've got a large fillet on the outside and a smaller one on the inside. So that gives me my major geometry, and then the minor fillets are this fillet going around the outer edge, only to that point, because I want this face here to be flat so that I can extrude from it, loft from it. And then this variable fillet, I won't show you how to do that right now, but that goes from 0.3 down to 0, so that this face has rounded edges all the way around, so that when I do a loft, it doesn't have any sharp edges. Right, then to the loft. This loft is made up of 3 sketches. So there's the top sketch, and you'll see that has 2 elements at the top. The lower sketch, which has got lots of elements, like 1, 2, 3, so it's 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, I think it's about 16. And I've split this one and the top one in 2. And then it's got a guide curve, which is this one here. So I'm going to delete this loft and then start from scratch. So I'm just going to show you what each sketch is made of. So I've used the convert entities to convert the face entities, and then you'll see that there are 2 elements at the top. So I've used the split command, split entities, to split that using the center line, so that I can then place this guide curve smack bang in the middle of that sketch using the right plane. So we'll have a look at that sketch quickly. So that end point meets this sketch right at the end, and then it's perpendicular to that face and tangent to this one. The way to do that is just put a horizontal relation in here. So if I zoom in, you can see that that's a horizontal relation over there. Let's zoom out again, and then at the bottom I put another horizontal relation. So there we go, there's a horizontal relation. Oops, that does not seem to want to get rid of my context menu, but that's horizontal. And then I've put in 2 control dimensions. I should put a third in, which is a length, which I can go from that point to this point. But for now, that's the most important one as far as the height goes. Okay, obviously, just to make sure that it doesn't exceed the height of my Lego man. So this won't show at the moment, but obviously from that point down to that point mustn't be too tall. All right, so let's have a look at these sketches and how we can use them to create a loft. Oh, it seems like my sketches have disappeared. Have they? Let's just refresh. There they are. Okay, so there's the top one and the lower one. So to do this, go to the loft command, and you're going to select the top sketch. So just make sure that when you select it in a place which you're going to find a corresponding point in the lower sketch so that these control points line up. So that one lines up, that one lines up. If they don't line up, if for instance you've chosen the wrong point, you can just drag this across. You see now this one doesn't want to do it. So that is the problem. We're going to have to exit that and start again. Lofted base. So this sketch to this one. There we go. And then because at the moment you can see that the loft goes directly from that face down to this one. That's not what I want, so I can control what happens to the end constraint. So for the first sketch, once you select it, you say start constraint tangency to face. That just makes a tangent perpendicular to that main face and then tangent to all of these surrounding faces. And then the lower one, we can do the same thing with. If I zoom out and you zoom in again, you'll see the moment I say normal to profile, it bends the entire loft into place so that it's doing two things. Now you can control this. You can actually add like a bit of influence to that. I would recommend not doing that. Rather use this control curve. So that's the control curve. And then you can control that as well. You can say direction vector or normal to profile. Direction vector you'd have to set up, normal to profile. I don't think it's going to do anything here. No, it doesn't. So that's it. And there we go. We've got our loft. Right, so just to have a look at what I've done at the bottom is I've used another sketch, which is also a properly defined. Oh, I forgot to mention the lower sketch. I'll have to go back to it. But this is a series of arcs which are tangent to one another. So you can see that that is tangent. And I've used that to slice a bit out at the top. So just let's quickly go back to this sketch here. Something I forgot to show you. Right, so these, I'm not going to be able to show you in this video, but how to get just 3 dimensions to control the entire sketch. But essentially these curves here are all equal to one another and they're all tangent to one another. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 concave, 1, 2, 3 convex on the top, and then I'll show you how to do the rest later. All right, so the last bit is just to put a fillet in here. So because I've used such clean curves, I can get a fillet to go around here. No problem. Let's go 0.5. Oh, because it's 10 mil. Right, so have a look at that. So if I just reduce this. Oh, and I've chosen the wrong thing. That's the face. Let's delete the face and just see if we can select just the edge. There we go. Which I cannot do using the second one because these are such unclean kind of spline surfaces. So if I try and put a fillet in here, doesn't matter what I do, I can go right down to 0.05, which is absolutely tiny. It won't do it. All right, but hopefully that helps you. Thanks for watching. Cheers.